The cameraman's eyes filled with dread and void of hope as we see two ants rushing to strike him. The cameraman regrets not being able to talk more to his father before leaving for this mission, and if he knew that this is his fate, he would have talked more than just asking him if he has eaten yet. He braces himself for death as he is helpless against the ants. Out of nowhere, we see that someone has pierced both the ants and saved the cameraman. We are kept in suspense as we are taken to the KMS headquarters, where the director is in shock from the hunters being viciously torn apart by just one ant and is overwhelmed by the whole situation as viewers all across the country are calling the headquarters due to the live showing of the raid being cut off. Just then, the director is informed that someone new has appeared in the tunnels. He orders his crew to go back on air and doesn't care that it will be a proper live broadcast and there is no going back now. We see Jin-Woo with his shadows prepared for the battle as all hope rests on his shoulders. All the shadows that Jin-Woo has have been summoned. We see Igris, Iron, Tusk, Tank, Fang, and other knights. On just calling out Iron's name, Iron uses his skill called Taunting Roar, urging all the ants to attack. Jin-Woo commends Iron and charges forward with the Demon Monarch's daggers. He swifts past the army of ants, slicing them skillfully. We see Tusk guarding the other hunters. We see Dong-wook trying to figure out who is fighting the ants. Yoon-ho optimistically say that they might have been saved 31, as we see Jin-Woo fight one ant after the other, being assisted by the other shadows like Igris, who is able to slice groups of ants at once, and other shadows also clearing out the whole army. Jin-Woo, feeling like he should finish things up quicker, uses shadow extraction on the army of ants that have been beaten already. The cameraman in shock at the sight of the ants being arisen from the dead into shadows. The directors from KMS order him to start his commentary as it is being broadcasted, but the cameraman is too stunned to talk. The shadow ants are beating other ants. Jin-Woo goes to the hunters and asks them to take what he is feeding without asking any questions and uses a potion to heal the injured team back to full health, but Hunter Cha is the only one who hasn't recovered yet as her injuries are too serious to be healed by the potion and is fading away little by little. Jin-Woo asks Dong-wook to evacuate before another army of ants swarm in. Jin-Woo senses something. He sees the ant that had caused such destruction return, saying there is no king outside and referring to someone not being the king and searching for another one who proclaims to be the king. Yoon-ho horrified at the thought that Goto Ryuji might have been defeated as well. Jin-Woo entrusts Hunter Cha to Master Ma and wonders if it was the ant because of who the signal from Goto Ryuji stopped. The ant approaches Jin-Woo asking him if he is the king, with Jin-Woo calling him a cute bug who can talk. Both stare down at each other, emanating immense aura. We can see the ant is replicating the speech of Goto Ryuji as he had eaten him as well. He compliments Jin-Woo's aura, calling it fierce and cutting. The bug screeches to intimidate Jin-Woo, only for Jin-Woo to smirk and say that he is now acting like a proper bug. We are taken to the mainland 5 minutes before Jin-Woo's arrival when the broadcast had stopped. We see various people shocked and left to question as what happened and what was the ant they just saw. The new reporters inform everyone about the passing of Byung-goo's passing, and the condition of the rest are not known. The reporters excitedly report about a new hunter appearing and are resuming broadcast, shocking everyone watching. We are taken to the Japanese Hunters Association where the chairman, Matsumoto Shigeo, and Sugimoto Raizi react to the footage before the signal is lost. The chairman distraught at the fact that Goto was killed by the ant. Raizi informs that the ant has returned to the queen's room. The chairman shocked that the Korean team is still alive. Raizi also informs that a new source of magical power has appeared. The chairman urges his assistant to turn on the Korean broadcast. In Jin-Woo's home, Sung Jin-ha checks up on her mother who is trying to figure out why the TV stopped working. Jin-ha asks her mother about her brother's whereabouts, to which her mother responds saying that he ran out saying he has something to do. Jin-ha, now concerned, stops listening to her mother, for which she mocks Jin-ha. Jin-ha goes back to her room and looks at her phone, shocked to see her brother in the raid. The chairman, watching the Korean broadcast on his TV, gets furious as soon as he recognizes that the new hunter is Sung Jin-Woo. The ant punches Sung Jin-Woo straight to his face, putting in all of his strength, but Jin-Woo doesn't dodge it even though he very easily could instead brace himself for the punch. His punch causes a massive shockwave, even pushing back the Korean hunters. Jong-in questions Yun-ho why a mage-level hunter is fighting the ant. The shockwave settles down. The ant thinks he beat Jin-Woo, calling him weak, but to his and the surprise of the others, Jin-Woo is just standing there unfazed and just spits out a little bit of blood from his mouth. Jin-Woo activates his skill dominator's punch that brings down the bug to his knees. Jin-Woo charges up for his punch and lands it directly under the chin, sending the bug flying and creating a massive impact as the bug crashes into the cave. The cameraman Master Ma, Jong-in, and Yoon-ho are in total shock, not expecting such power, questioning how he is a mage-class hunter. The ant recovers and charges directly to Jin-Woo. Jin-Woo hypothesizes that the ant has great durability because of the exoskeleton, which gets him smiling and calling it a pain to deal with. The bug tries to attack with both of his arms this time, but Jin-Woo just blocks it with a single arm. He then counters with a right hook into the bug's thorax. Both go on to continuously exchange blows, matching each other's strength with each blow, sending off massive shockwaves. The cameraman, being a A rank, is getting overwhelmed by such great power, almost losing his mind. The bug notices that his tough exoskeleton has started to crack from the continuous blows he has been taking. The bug is unable to comprehend the true strength of Jin-Woo. Continuing with their flurry of attacks, both of their fists clash, pushing back both of them. Beru takes a second to analyze the amount of damage done to his exoskeleton, when within the fraction, Jin-Woo is right in front of him and lands a brutal uppercut the ant counters, using its poisonous tongue as a sword too, and barely gets a cut on Jin-Woo's cheek. Both retreat a few steps to recover. Jin-Woo notices he has been poisoned. Beru becomes overconfident, thinking that as the poison is from a cone snail, which is the deadliest poison in nature, might have the upper hand in the fight now, and proceeds to attack what he thinks is a weakened Jin-Woo. Back in the mainland, Tawata and Minoru are seen talking in the rain, where Minoru says how winning against the ants is impossible, and even hunters like Goto Ryuji can't defeat them. Tawata, annoyed at Minoru, calls him useless, and decides to leave him in his sorry state. Returning to the fight, Jin-Woo grabs the ant's hand with ease. The ant is shocked at this sight, gets punched in the face, sent crashing into the wall, recovers soon, but still in shock. We see the poison has been neutralized, and Jin-Woo tries to perceive the ant's thoughts now that his perception stat has increased. He senses that the ant is getting nervous, but he as well is getting nervous too, as he remembers Hei-in is still injured. He then lunges forward to the ant, trying to land a kick, but he misses, leaving behind an impact crater. Yoon-ho powers up in defense, asking where the ant disappeared. Jin-Woo glances to the side to see the ant hovering using its wings. The ant, trying to think of a new strategy now that the poison is ineffective, decides to decrease his size in favor for more agility and speed, as he now realizes how outmatched he is in terms of strength, and he thinks his real advantage is in his speed, now prepared properly for the fight. Jin-Woo prepares himself as well by getting back his daggers. The ant attacks in an instant, just for Jin-Woo to dodge it even quicker and counter him. The ant blocks it with his claws, and when Jin-Woo tries to attack with his second dagger, that too gets blocked with the ant's other hand. Beru pushes him back with all his strength. Jin-Woo lands on a cave wall and then launches himself at the Beru. The ant also readies himself for attack, as both of them attack each other constantly at such extreme speeds that just look like streaks of energy. Claw for dagger, attack for attack, counter for counter, they keep on attacking each other. The ant sees how Jin-Woo is only getting faster and stronger, and Jin-Woo too acknowledges how the Beru is as strong as the Demon Monarch or stronger, but he too has become stronger since then with better weapons. He notices the cracks on the bug's exoskeleton and decides to finish it now. They both land a heavy blow on each other, which pushes the ant back and gives Jin-Woo an opening to activate his critical hit ability. He lands multiple blows on the ant, dealing immense damage. He is notified that his ability has been upgraded from critical hit to critical chain. Beru sees an opportunity and tries to escape. Furious at this attempt of escape, Jin-Woo uses critical chain again and deals more and more damage. He then starts spamming this technique over and over, entirely destroying the bug's exoskeleton and injuring him extremely. Beru, in despair and disbelief that he is not better at anything when compared to him, but thinks there might be one, as he bellows a loud screech, summoning the remaining army of ants, ordering them to attack Jin-Woo, thinking this is enough to overpower him. Jin-Woo smirks at the ant, who forgot that Jin-Woo has a large and powerful army of shadows which he can summon at any time. He summons every shadow he has, who are sent to battle the ants. The battle ensues as Igris, Fang, Tank, and the others tear up the entire ant army. Jin-Woo then summons Tusk and casually says that Tusk has to make sure that the humans don't get hurt, and if they do, he is never summoning him again. Tusk nods to agree, having no option, and activates his ability, the Hymn of the Giants, followed by his skill, Hymn of the Fire Dragon, creating a huge inferno, setting everything ablaze in its path and creating a hole through the mountain. The hunters in disbelief that Jin-Woo summoned a warrior this strong, as Dong-wook realizes that this is no ordinary warrior, but the advent of the Demon King on Earth. The ant is at a loss of words and thoughts, just staring, blanking at the inferno that wiped out its army. He recollects his memories being the strongest from the moment of his birth, born to be a monarch, and wants it to remain the same, he thinks, as he stares down at Jin-Woo. Contrary to these train of thoughts, his instincts tell him to flee as he is overpowered just at the visual of Jin-Woo walking through the inferno with Tusk behind him. The thought of fleeing is all he can think of as he heals himself, using Byung-goo's ability just enough to flee. Jin-Woo, impressed by this ability and acknowledges it. The bug gives it all, trying to escape, however. Jin-Woo crushes down the ant to the ground, using his Dominator's touch ability. The bug stares up at Jin-Woo helplessly with all of his injuries. He still tries desperately like a prey in the predator's clutches, just for Jin-Woo to jump and critical chain again to finish his opponent. Jin-Woo stands on top of the defeated foe as he is notified on all the levels he has gained. He is called by Yoon-ho, who urges him to look at the injured Hae-in. Jin-Woo scolds himself for wasting too much time. He realizes only a healer can help Hae-in, and the cooldown of his shadow exchange isn't over. He thinks of other alternatives, and on analyzing a lot of them, he figures out one way. He asks the cameraman to turn off his camera for a little bit politely, and then proceeds to threaten to kill him if he doesn't. The cameraman agrees, thinking why he would ask him to do so. Jin-Woo commands his shadows to look for Byung-goo's body. Yoon-ho gets startled at his command. The body is soon found. Jin-Woo stares at the headless body, wondering if his plan will work as Yoon-ho questions what he is going to do. He is notified that shadow summoning is possible with Byung-goo's body and tries shadow extraction. On the first attempt, the extraction fails. Jin-Woo doesn't stop and tries it again. To his vain, it fails again, wondering why it failed, and it should have been easy for his skill level. Iron is confused at the extract failing over and over. Jin-Woo feels that it is almost evil of him trying to resurrect a human as a shadow, but he has no option as he has to save Hae-in and tries again. Shadows and mana envelop the lifeless body as Yoon-ho screams and question his action, who now realizes Jin-Woo's true ability. We see Byung-goo rises back as a shadow, hopefully able to save Hae-in from the verge of death.